All right, we back. We back. Episode 3. You ready for it?
Hell yeah, family. How y'all doing?
Guys, episode 3, Debatable Podcast. You already know what it is. It's me, BigShot, Bryan. Got Avery in the crib. Avery in the house. Let's go, y'all. You know, 3rd episode. So, you know, obviously, we already seen some of the progress being made. Man. You know, come on, guys. If you guys like what y'all see, like, subscribe, comment. Yo, it's we want y'all to comment because, you know, a lot of, you know, we pay attention to what you guys say. And, you know, it could lead up to, you know, things that we talk about in the future. We definitely want to interact with you guys as much as possible in the comments. And, you know, take things that y'all want us to talk about and add it into the podcast, too. So, you know, like, subscribe, comment, feedback, all that.
We need it all.
Yeah, we need it all. We need it all. But with that being said, you ready to kick off?
Yeah, let's kick it off, bro.
All right, bro.
Crazy week, man.
Yo, Harden's a member of the Nets.
Yo, I know some people right now doing some backflips.
Yeah. I mean, not you know, I expected it. I expected it because, you know, once a star wants out, you got to make a move. And Brooklyn was always his main place to go.
Yep.
You know, his man's is there.
Yeah,
his
man.
man's is there.
I get it.
And, you know,
I get it.
I think one of the big what if stories that are seen in the NBA or talked about in the NBA is what if OKC trades Russell Westbrook instead of James Harden? And what would James Harden and KD do on Oklahoma City? Maybe they actually get it done against Golden State. You would never know. It's something that we'll never know. But it's something that, I feel like a lot of people talk about. Yeah. You know, what if? But now, it's here. Harden, KD, and, you know, Kyrie Irving. You know, we'll get to Kyrie's whole situation, later on in the podcast. But for now, how did you like this deal? 4 teams involved, a lot of moving pieces.
I'm going to keep it a buck. I look at this deal. It reminded me of a very similar deal about almost 10 years ago.
Really?
When Carmelo Anthony was traded to the Knicks. And my biggest dilemma with that whole thing was if he would have just waited to the offseason, he could have had a better team. Like the going to the Knicks, he could have had a better team to work with as opposed to trading all the assets away. And that's how I feel with this trade. I feel like, all right, cool, you guys have James Harden, but you traded away all of your potential assets. All of them.
But did they really? Because they only gave up Jared Allen and Karis LeVert, which I thought they were going to have to give up LeVert, Allen, Dinwiddie, and then some.
Dinwiddie's hurt, so like.
But Dinwiddie's still an asset, though.
Right.
He told
he's older.
You know, he is, but he's still an asset. Like, you know, Houston, like, and for me, I see what you're saying with the Carmelo Anthony situation because of the moving pieces. Yeah. You know, it was a lot of moving pieces with the Knicks, Timberwolves, and Nuggets when they made that deal for Carmelo Anthony. I think Brooklyn got low. Because I think
no draft picks.
That they traded away their whole. They don't control their draft for the next 8 years. The funny thing is I saw something on Twitter. Brooklyn hasn't controlled their draft picks. They're not going to control any of their draft picks till I believe 2027.
That's at least.
And they haven't controlled their draft picks since I believe 2014 when they made the KG deal. You know, they haven't controlled their own draft pick in like 12, and they're not going to control their own draft pick for like 15 years.
And the fact that they are like got the people that they have. Wow, it's just a lot.
They go into this situation. Obviously, they're pulling what Billy King did when he acquired Kevin Garnett and etc.
Right.
But you do this like I said on the episode of Quickies on my Instagram. You do this for James Harden. Nobody cares about those draft picks. You do this for James Harden. So
right now
you trying to win right now, obviously. So Brooklyn, to me, I thought they were gonna have to give up LeVert, Allen, Dinwiddie, and then some on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like. And amongst the draft, and with all those draft picks too. But they didn't. They only had to give, theoretically, all they did was give up LeVert and draft picks for James Harden. But then, I think that's a success. And then, Kurucs, I don't know how big he was in net circles, but he's expendable.
Big expendable.
He's big expendable. Nobody cares about that. So I think Brooklyn came up big. And I think that another team that came up big as well was the Cavaliers. Because
I gotta hear this.
You know, to not mind your business and to walk out with Jared Allen, that's insane. Drummond's there. Like, Drummond's on Cleveland. He's putting up great numbers.
Can they let this man develop, please?
But he's gone at season end. At season's end, he's gone.
Oh,
He's
Drummond
No, Drummond.
Okay.
He's probably gone at the deadline
Right.
at this point.
Yeah.
They got their center of the future in Jared
That's
Allen.
a fact. I'm sorry.
And
Andre.
at the end of the day, what's the big thing? What's the big issue in Cleveland? Cleveland just doesn't defend at a high level. Guess what they did? They added Isaac Okoro in the draft. Good defender, hard-nosed kid, can get the job done on defense, and you bring in a defensive anchor in Jared Allen. So now they're piecing the defense for JB Bickerstaff.
Out of the 4 teams involved, Cleveland, which letter you giving them for this?
Cleveland, I'll give them an A-. A-.
That's smooth to come out with.
A-. I give.
You wasn't even supposed to take the test. You got an A-. That's
You know exactly.
That's
you weren't even supposed. You weren't even supposed to be in the deal. Like, you weren't, like, this had nothing to do with you. You walked out with the center of your future.
That's a come up.
Right. I give them an A-. I give Brooklyn A. I give Brooklyn an A because at the end of the day, even though you're getting the best player involved in the deal and you didn't have to give up too much, still we have to really see how it pans out. Just because we saw what happened with Billy King back in the day,
right,
and it turned to shit.
Right.
You know, now you don't control your draft picks till 2027. We have to see if nothing goes wrong.
That's what.
So
13 years, fam.
Yeah, they haven't controlled their draft pick. They haven't controlled their own draft pick, and like they won't control it for 15 years.
That's crazy.
And who else was involved in Indiana?
AD.
Indiana. This is another team that, you know, I give them an A+ because you trade away Oladipo. He's not going to re-sign with you.
Yeah.
He's not.
He turned down that $25 million.
He turned it down, and he was telling other teams he didn't want to be there.
What's the word?
Exactly. So, you know, you trade him away and you bring in Karis LeVert. This is why it's such a head-scratcher for Houston for me, because LeVert's deal is a better deal. It's more economical.
I would have wanted LeVert in Houston.
Exactly.
Facts.
And he's playing some great basketball.
Yeah.
How do you not? And bro, do you know he's younger than Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I used to watch him at Michigan.
You know, he's a young guy. So, you know, Indiana, and I said also on my Instagram, the Indiana Pacers needed more of the Karis LeVert style scorer.
Yeah.
And not the Victor Oladipo.
And that's what he's low-key going to eat beastie.
And he's going to look really good in Indiana. Right. Indiana got themselves a nice foundational piece to add on to Sabonis and Malcolm Brogdon. But...
And my guy Cassius, too.
You know... Cassius fucking Stanley.
Yo.
But as I like it for 3 out of the 4 teams, and the team I didn't like it for was the Rockets.
Nasty.
And the reason why, bro, is because I woke up and I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing what they're saying. Yeah. You know, Shams, Wojnarowski.
Right.
And these guys are like, okay, Harden's getting moved today. So, and I hear Brooklyn and Philly are the finalists. Yeah. And the first thing I thought of is that's it.
It is,
man. Philly won. Philly's going to win this deal. Because Ben Simmons is going to be on the table. I know Ben Simmons is on the table.
Yeah. But
Brooklyn wins out, and I'm saying there, telling myself, and I see the return, and I'm like, the draft picks are fantastic, but how do you walk out with just Karis LeVert? And I know Philadelphia put Ben Simmons on the table.
And picks.
And draft picks. And I heard that Houston wanted Simmons along with Maxey and draft picks, and I'm like, this is going to get done, because Philly's going to give it up. Then they asked for Thibault, and I'm like, okay, Thibault, I don't know. Because you at the same time...
He's good off the bench shit.
You know, and he's a great defender, right. But do you want to give up all your young players? No. I don't know. Nah. You know what I'm saying? So Philly, I'm like, but if I'm Houston, I'll do Ben Simmons and Maxey and half of what Brooklyn's draft capital was.
I don't know.
And I'll do it.
Houston was in a tough spot.
But how so? You had the opportunity to get the best player, which was Ben Simmons.
Still can't shoot.
But I would rather build with Ben Simmons than Oladipo. You get back Oladipo because you traded with Indiana. Oladipo's going to leave too.
That's a fact. Yeah. Sorry. Yo, Houston, I'm sorry to ruin y'all first shot bubble. Oladipo is out of
He's
there once this shit
leaving.
done.
And if he stays, okay, so it's John Wall, Oladipo, and that's it?
That's but.
Sorry. Christian Wood. I'm sorry, Christian Wood, because you
Respect.
balling. You balling.
Respect.
You
That's
balling.
a fact.
But it's going to be Oladipo, Christian Wood, and John Wall. That's what we selling?
Yeah, that's not good in the West.
And that's not good in the West. And
At
all
all.
those draft picks is fantastic, but draft picks are a given when you're trading a star. That is not the end all be all.
Right.
When Carmelo Anthony was traded to the Knicks, they weren't beasting for the draft picks. They were beasting for Timofey Mozgov because they beast for the players. You want the player return.
Right.
You
Timofey had the biggest upside at the time.
At the time. So you want the player return because the draft picks are a given. There's a reason why draft picks in basketball are considered sweeteners.
Facts.
They're not the coffee.
Nah.
They're the sweetener to the coffee.
Like this.
Exactly. So, the draft picks, so you get Brooklyn's, basically, you get the control of their next 8 draft picks. Fantastic. I like that for you. Brooklyn's going to be good as long as those guys are there.
Yeah.
So the draft picks are going to be mid to late 20s.
Yep. I'll take them.
And I will take it because at the end of the day, it's draft capital. That's fantastic. Right. But if I have a chance to get Ben Simmons, he's 24 years old. And regardless of his shortcomings as a shooter, he's a guy, and he's under contract for 5 more years. You have all the leverage in the world with this kid.
I would have
He's
tried
not
to
going
trade
nowhere.
John Wall too.
But
man.
you can't trade John because
You
nobody wants him.
But that's why they in such a hard spot. They'd got Ben Simmons, and these two would have been.
No.
How you would have sold that more than Victor Oladipo and John Wall? Because I am not. How do you sell John Wall and Ben Simmons together?
What? So you're trying to win a championship? Because I'm not. If I'm Houston, okay, I could tell my fan base, we're gonna remain competitive. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be competitive with Ben Simmons and John Wall.
Yeah,
you're going to. And Christian Wood is putting up career. You're gonna be competitive. Are you gonna win a championship? No.
You ain't even hit the second
But
round,
Ben Simmons is young enough to live past John Wall's deal and see the money come off the books and get the players you need to complement Wood and Simmons.
Right. Yeah, I see that.
Wait it out. You just have to wait it out, and you're going to still get the draft picks.
Right.
And you're going to probably get Tyrese Maxey, who's a good building block in himself, too.
Yeah, rock with him. You go to war.
So, Houston gets a D. And the only reason I don't fail these motherfuckers is because they got the draft picks. They got the draft capital. But it's a D because how the hell do you see Simmons on the table and that's not who you're trying to talk to?
I get it.
And to get it done. And, bro, because
I think it's more ego thing because I forgot who's the manager, the owner of the Rockets. Daryl Morey used to be with the Rockets. He just was like, I'm not trading you here.
The GM is Raphael Stone and the owner is some.
I think it's more ego.
Fertitta, you know what I'm saying? But I get it. You don't want to press the rebuild button, and that's fine.
That's a scary button to press.
But bring in the guy. How do you sit there and say, I want Ben Simmons. I want Victor Oladipo instead.
Yeah, you do sound nuts.
And even though, and let's say,
Vic, you my dude, bro.
And let's say that, they do it because they know Oladipo is gonna leave, so it's salary cap relief.
Right.
I'd rather put my money into Ben Simmons anyway.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get a Ben Simmons on the open market anyway.
You're not, and he's gonna stay. He has to stay.
And he has to stay. He's under contract.
I get it.
And let's add another hypothetical. What if you bring in Oladipo and at the deadline you flip him?
You could do that still.
What are you getting out of Oladipo at the deadline? They're not gonna give you nothing crazy. So you fucked up either way. So you should have just took Ben Simmons and walked out.
They're gonna somehow get Ben Simmons again.
But it is what it is.
It definitely is.
Well,
what's up, y'all?
Not that Harden's a net, but obviously, what took place prior to that was the post-game press conference when he says we're not good enough. I think that was crazy. I didn't expect him to ever go, in front of people and really say that. Like, I don't think we're good enough. It's time to move on. Like, it rubbed people off the wrong way. But I don't really see what the problem was. Nah. To me, he told the truth.
Right.
At the end of the day, he told the truth. Like, it might have rubbed you off the wrong way. His teammates might have felt disrespected. Listen, if I'm anybody on the Rockets, I don't feel a way. Why? Because you weren't there as long as he was.
Right.
You didn't go through what he went through. The only guy that relates to him, the only guys that relate to him on any level is PJ Tucker and Eric Gordon. That's it. Everybody else, who cares what he says? Like, if John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins and Christian Wood all went there and thought, yes, I'm going to play with James Harden, you fucking dumb.
Yeah, you the dumbest dude in America.
You dumb.
Sorry.
Because you're not going to play with John Wall. James Harden, he's not going to be there for long.
Right.
Everybody knew his time was numbered.
Right.
His time was numbered. That's it. His days were numbered. Better put.
Before the season even started.
Before the season even started. And I said before the season started that Houston had to do themselves the favor and get rid of him before the season started.
Right.
Because all he would be at this point is a distraction. He's a distraction to the front office. He's a distraction to his teammates. Right. He's a distraction in the media.
Now
you want to put yourself
that I don't like.
Because now his teammates would have to answer questions about James Harden. That has nothing to do with the game.
Nah, I'm distracted. I'm not distracted, but
but these are not. This is not. You're not asking me questions about Rockets basketball.
No, not at all.
You asking me about a guy that doesn't want to be here. Right. So, but at the same time, I said, I personally never expected James Harden to go out his way and say those things to the media like that. But to me, he told the truth. And John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins got upset. And it's like, guys, you know damn well that you guys did not go there because you thought that James Harden was going to want to play with you guys. He wanted it out before John Wall was traded. And before DeMarcus Cousins signed. He wanted out before Christian Wood even got there.
Bro, that's like you starving, right? I'm hungry. I'm going to go make me some food right now. And then somebody pull up with some Pizza Hut. I mean, that's fine, but I already ate. I'm good. I'm good. My hunger for that,
I'm not hungry
satisfied,
no more.
Right? Like,
I'm not hungry no more. I don't have to eat that. I'm not hungry. You brought in something nice.
Right.
If I was hungry, I'd eat it.
Right.
I'm not hungry no more. So it's like, simple. It's not to say that John Wall's a bad player. It's not to say that Christian Wood's a bad player. DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, all those dudes.
Right.
Are they a championship team?
Hell no.
No. And this guy, a couple years back, was a game away from the finals.
Right.
A game away. So it's like, bro, you think that he wants to settle for a first-round exit, a second-round exit? He's 31.
31. And what you think is he's going through, if you think KD felt that pressure of not winning a ring, if you think LeBron felt that pressure of not winning a ring, what you think James Harden is going through at this very moment?
Perennial All-NBA player, MVP award winner. He's scoring titles amongst scoring titles amongst scoring titles.
Right.
This guy is
can't get any more scoring titles, bro.
Yeah, like he's dealing with a lot, and there's NBA Twitter, or like the NBA masses, they're not sold on this guy's career.
They bugging.
I'm one of the very few who believe this guy has a great argument to say, yo, I'm the second greatest shooting guard to ever live.
I can hear you.
But what a lot of people tell me, and it's a fair argument, is that he needs a championship.
Proven winner.
And I can respect it. Because to me, physically, skillfully,
right,
he's the second best shooting guard of all time. Easy. If we talk about talent.
I don't know.
Talent.
I got Jordan, Kobe, always.
If you can have Jordan and Kobe, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can have Jordan and Kobe, that's fine. But push comes to shove,
you
slap statistics on statistics. James Harden is better than Kobe Bryant.
Oh Shit, he's
statistics
you hear
on
this,
statistics.
Man? He's going in.
If you put the numbers next to the numbers, listen, the analytics, and I know a lot of people are not high on that.
Me,
but the analytics show that James Harden's Houston Rocket career, that time span is better than Kobe Bryant's 10 best years in the league.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem right there. This whole this is why this league right now gets me upset, because he's able to make these comparisons. There's nothing I can say because of the way the league is turning into all this space and pace. He's right. I can't argue that, because the way the league is turning into right now, dudes like a James Harden, think about this, Trae Young in a couple years is going to knock out something Steph Curry did. Mark my words. He's going to knock out something, and then we're going to be like, yo, Trae Young is arguably, because of the way the game is being changed. So you're right. I can't argue that. That's a fact.
And another thing is that, listen, I totally understand if somebody says, but Kobe Bryant's a winner. He's won the championships. Right. Absolutely. So if you want to say, listen, I don't argue against that. As something's got to give. Kobe Bryant's a winner. And he's won twice without having Shaq. I can't use that excuse for Kobe Bryant. He's won without him.
Without the man. Respect.
And so I think, so if somebody wants to sit there and say, that's why I'm going to pick Kobe Bryant over James, by all means, go for it. Respect, but if we going off sheer just the numbers,
right?
James Harden's the better player.
I can't argue.
And so you think that this guy is not hearing what people are saying, and he needs to win a championship. He needs one.
Who would you say is more efficient?
James Harden.
Oh!
James Harden. I'm gonna tell you, and I'll tell you another thing. True shooting percentage, that's an analytic number.
Right.
But true shooting percentage takes into account your field goal percentage, your 3-point percentage, and your free throws.
Right.
James Harden religiously lives in the 60%. You want to know who religiously lived in 60% true shooting? Wilt Chamberlain.
Not even Braun.
James Harden, true shooting wise, is as efficient as a mythical creature.
Yo. Well, it's real. He had kids.
Who?
Yo, did y'all see that picture of Otto Porter? Yo, they talk about Otto Porter might be one of Wilt Chamberlain's kids. Yo, that
can't put it past them. But you see what I'm saying though.
Right.
If James Harden was doing things as a Rocket that only Wilt Chamberlain can relate to, a mythical creature, a guy that nobody really seen play.
Yeah.
So
hate this new league shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like this guy, Harden, the statistics are in his favor.
Right.
And that's not up for debate. It's in his favor. But obviously the accolades, the credentials, and how much that this player means to people, that's the difference between him and Kobe Bryant. And I can live with that. Because
another difference, I'm going to say another difference, and this is why I never really considered James Harden to be a two guard. I always looked at him as a true point. A scoring point. Excuse me, not a true point. My fault. He doesn't necessarily have no types of post-up game, like at all. So like when it comes to, that's why I said like with the efficiency, you're right. Shooting wise, a fact. But when it comes to posting up, you don't need it though anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even try to battle. Bro, this league is crazy now. Everything is space and pace, so it's perfect for niggas like James, perfect for niggas like Kyrie, KD.
But the thing is that also on top of that, you take a look at James Harden's career. James Harden was nice before this whole thing happened.
Of course.
He was averaging 25 before he met D'Antoni.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, before he met D'Antoni, he was averaging 25. This guy was a premier scorer already. This guy was nasty. He was nasty before he just became, like, something out of this world after. But, like I said,
the reins. That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, now, what this dude is missing is a ring. And if he wants to leave, let him leave. Yeah. He's not running from anything. He did everything he could for Houston.
He did.
He did everything they could. And this is no shame to the Rockets organization, because Daryl Morey tried too, trading for Chris Paul, trading for Russell Westbrook.
Yo,
he
did
tried.
That? Maybe you saw the tweet. Somebody was like, yo, I ain't gonna curse. You're an idiot if you believe that, like, oh, you got to stay loyal to one team in this league, because, like, you see these owners look at you as like, I ain't gonna lie, property. Kyrie had a situation where he had a reporter was saying that he's property. Felt the way about that.
That whole how property thing. We'll touch up on it when we get to that Kyrie segment.
Say that.
But do I think is loyalty nice? Absolutely. Is there times where your team isn't loyal to you? Absolutely. Is there times where players aren't loyal to their teams? Absolutely.
Yeah.
James Harden was loyal to the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets were loyal to him.
For damn near 10 years.
For damn near 10 years. No, now, there's a difference between being unloyal and wanting out and understanding that our time has come.
Right.
This is a moment that our time has come.
That's a fact.
I spent a decade here. I won you an MVP. I should have won 3, but I'm gonna leave that up to the Associated Press why I ain't win 3. I'm a 3-time scoring champion.
Niggas felt bad for Russell Westbrook.
I'm a 3-time scoring champion. I'm an MVP. I've been All NBA more than half my tenure as a Rocket.
He was really supposed to win 3, bro. That ass. Like, I'm still stuck on that.
So he's done what he's could, and Daryl Morey shouldn't hang his hat. He did what he could for James Harden, too. I'm going to get you whatever players you feel like you need. I'm going to get you the coach. I'm going to get you the players. It didn't work.
Nah, I feel like they fucked up trading Clint Capella. That right there
I didn't.
Was like...
Because Daryl Morey is huge on analytics, and the analytics showed that the Houston Rockets played better without Clint Capella. So you made the change.
But his usage rate went up even more after that, which is crazy.
If you want to know why it didn't work out without Capella, go look at the point guard that's on the Washington Wizards. That's why it didn't work out. It didn't work out because of Capella. Micro ball, it worked. It literally works. You could watch how the Houston Rockets played ball last year without Capella, and you could see that it works. The reason why they got clipped by the Lakers the way they did is because the point guard they had starting that year.
He wasn't ready.
Last year. He couldn't do it.
It's okay.
He couldn't do it. He couldn't. He. That's a guy that's games regressed. But we're not going to talk too much about that. Nah. We have a whole other segment to talk about that, and we'll get to it about that damn
big up players, bro. We only big up players.
So at the end of the day, so at the end of the day, I watch. With this whole James Harden situation, it's time for him to go. Now I wanted him to go to Philly because to me it gelled better. Perimeter player,
dynasty.
The perimeter player and the big man.
That's a dynasty.
The big man can play in the pick and roll. The point guard, that guard can play in pick and roll.
Right.
The guard can shoot threes. There's a big dude in Philadelphia that starts at point guard that does not shoot. So you can see where it coincides together. It just made a lot more sense as a fit.
That shit crazy, bro.
But it didn't happen now. But he's in Brooklyn now, and Brooklyn has a real big
Brooklyn.
Now,
you really think they got a chance this year?
Yes. They're too talented. Boston's going to stop them? But until Boston get a big man, they're not stopping them.
I don't know what's going on with the East right now.
Toronto's taking a step back. Philly's not going to understand until the playoffs that they should have traded for James Harden. That they should have put everything on the kitchen table. Yo, everything in the kitchen they should have traded away.
The East is bad right now.
Who is going to tell Brooklyn what?
Orlando.
Milwaukee,
bro.
They get me upset.
I can't even.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he not big time yet. He big time, 2-time MVP, but he not Shaq.
No,
he's not dominant like Shaq.
I thought he was.
He's not dominant
at all, and that shit's crazy.
And then they're gonna get to the playoffs. They're gonna build the wall in front of him again, and they're gonna do the same thing again to him.
I mean, if they go against Brooklyn, he might have a chance.
Oh, Brooklyn, listen, they might not have the individual defenders, but I'm pretty sure they could play some team defense.
Yeah, James Harden's. If we gotta stop with that whole notion that James Harden don't play D. I play D, bro. Just chill. Like I'm not gonna do it.
Fun fact.
What's up?
Now, I'm gonna break it down a fun fact real quick. We're gonna go back.
Say that.
So, what do you think about Kobe Bryant as a defender?
Kobe Bryant as a defender was actually, when he decided to defend, was one of the top defenders.
You think he was premier, right?
I wouldn't say premier, but he
gave it up.
Solid enough to be a dynamic player, which is two-way.
Do you know that the analytics show that James Harden and Kobe Bryant are the same level of defender?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So Same shit.
But James, but one of them is considered a horrible defender. The other one's considered, he's a great NBA caliber defender.
Those who say that
narrative,
chill.
Narrative, and the accolades. I'll be telling people, bro. At that point in time in his career, bro, they were just giving it. It was a popularity contest, bro. Popularity contest. But back to what we were saying.
Right. They just want to see the stars play D and shit.
You know what I'm saying? So like, who's gonna stop Brooklyn? If Brooklyn figures this, listen, they're the dribble brothers. Great. You not staying in front of them though. They run you in pick and roll. I
can't think of like a legit squad that like. Yo,
who in the East can legit stop them? Who in the East either has the firepower or can defend them? Nobody. I'll be seeing Brooklyn in the finals.
Right.
I'll be seeing Brooklyn in the finals.
Just like that. That's our second segment. We back, y'all. Peace.
Get out y'all feelings.
All right, y'all. So speaking of the new juggernaut, Brooklyn, one of the members of the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving, has been out a couple games, past 3-4 games with personal issues, personal reasons.
3-4?
And a couple days ago, I thought of something like this. I thought, truthfully, bro, that like, I know if you guys see Kyrie on Instagram or just if you know what he's about, you know that he's more on the spiritual side. And sometimes when you find out and you learn certain things, it makes you like, you can't go back to the way you used to be because you know better. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's something within that he knows within the organization or within sports or NBA that he's battling with. But at the same time, he still has something he has to adhere to. So I honestly feel like it's just that he's torn between when you find out certain information, but you still got to do certain things for an organization. You know what I'm saying? And he felt the way about the whole, a reporter had said he was property. And in a sense, I know how messed up that is for black people. You hear that, you're like, oh, damn. Well, if you sign a contract, I sign a contract, I'm obligated to adhere to the policies on this paper. You know what I'm saying? And it's just real. No matter if I find more information out after I sign the contract, it's like being a man of your word. You know what I'm saying? So Kyrie, in that sense, I get it. But the professional side, everyone's like, oh, it's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm here, Kyrie. You know that. It's okay. You're always going to deal with certain situations. Not everybody's going to understand what you're dealing with or going through. So just make sure your teammates, communicate with your team. Make sure you communicate with the staff. Everybody else kick rocks, bro. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got on that one, bro.
See, I'm going to agree with you and disagree with you. You need a day off? I'm with that. That's fine. I don't care.
Right.
Bro, I'm huge on, I'm not mentally in it today.
Right.
I'm huge on that. Mental health is a big thing.
Yeah.
You missed a day. Okay. Or you're not going to play the next game. All right. You must be really going through something. You miss another game. I hope you're okay.
Right.
You miss another one. All right. And the reason why this is a big deal, listen, you hear it in reports that the Nets don't know what the hell is going on.
That's why they keep saying personal reasons.
They don't know what the hell is going on with Kyrie Irving. They don't. You hear it in the media that they do, they don't. Because the way that Nash, Sean Marks, how they answered those questions, they don't know what the hell's going on.
Facts.
And that is where Kyrie Irving went unprofessional with this.
Right.
You need days, bro. You at a party. If you at a party, don't leak that you at a party.
You better tell everybody at the party, yo, fam.
No
phones.
And they're all your family members, so they should all understand.
No phones.
Don't use your phones. Don't record nothing. Don't do anything that'll show that I'm not at home.
That's dead ass though. Like for real.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't want to make Kyrie sound like a sleazeball. Not at all, bro. Because I don't know what
we
the kid
all
is going
make
through.
mistakes, bro.
I don't know what he's going through. But did he handle this in an unprofessional manner? Yes, he did. Bro, you are under contract now. What Jackie McMullen said, I don't agree with it. She termed it so poorly. I mean, talking about the property.
Oh yeah.
You shouldn't say it like that.
Yeah.
But technically, so the Nets, they stamp your checks. Right. The Nets are the reason why you getting paid. Right. So you not reporting to them, but you want them to pay you. We work common jobs. That's how it works for the common person.
Right. I signed off on this. So I have
the only difference between us and Kyrie Irving is that they're not gonna fire Kyrie Irving because he's nasty at what he do. We're expendable in the real world. Right. We do this to any one of our regular jobs, they'll just fire us and pick up somebody else.
Peace.
Exactly. But they won't do it at Kyrie because he averaged 25 points per fucking game. He's nice. He's good at what he does.
Right. I respect it.
But he handled it in an unprofessional manner.
Very.
And we still don't know when he's coming back.
They say it's Saturday, supposedly.
The Nets are playing right now. He's not there. Nah. It's Saturday right now.
In the arena.
It's Saturday right now.
Shit, it is?
It's Saturday right now.
Yo, that's OD. Y'all been working crazy.
It's Saturday right now. He's not back. We don't know when he's going to be back with the team. When Sean Marks spoke to the media about him being excited for Kyrie to come back and Kyrie saying the same thing to him, they didn't say when he was coming back still.
Nope. They didn't speak to him.
That was a shit show. And pulling off this trade for James Harden, it really saved Brooklyn from having to answer all those questions because it would have still been a crazy topic.
I think that's
today.
One of the reasons why they did it. Like,
I wouldn't put it past them.
Shit.
Word. I wouldn't put it past them.
Good PR.
And at the same time, when Wojnarowski was talking about the trade, they said they made this James Harden trade to appease their best player, their franchise centerpiece, and that was Kevin Durant. And he said in the tweet, they don't really know what's going on with Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? So I just did not like how he's handled himself, right. Because it's like, and listen, compared to them, we're regular pedestrians. We're regular human beings. I always say this to anybody. There comes a point where you're making a certain amount of money in your life, you got to move a little bit different than what you've been accustomed to. You have a certain title in your life, you got to move a little bit different than what you're accustomed to. You a married man, you can't move like you single no more.
Nope.
You a father, you can't afford to move like you don't have a child.
That's big fact.
And if you don't, and if you decide to move like you're not a dad, guess what the people think of you? Bozo, exactly. You're a professional at what you do. You're not a basketball player. You're a professional basketball player. You get paid millions of dollars.
Yeah, set the example,
to play you got to set an example. You cannot go AWOL. Right. That's not what professional people do.
Especially when you signed off on reporting to where you're at.
You making damn near $30 million, if not $30+ million a year. You can't go AWOL. Not to the people who pay you and the fans. And a lot of people want to say, oh, he doesn't owe the fans anything. Yes, he fucking does. Because the fans are the people that buy his shoes. The fans are the people who buy his stuff.
You can't sit there and say that.
The Nets don't buy his stuff. The people who root for the Nets, right, who like Kyrie Irving, they do. So they have a right to understand why is the person that I spend my hard-earned money on not playing. That's what. There's a certain point where who's
spending money on the league right now? Keep it a buck.
I mean, nobody's going to the games right now, obviously. But that doesn't mean that people are not buying Kyrie's.
That
doesn't mean that doesn't mean that before this whole COVID stuff, this whole league shutdown, plenty of those people going to the Barclays were paying their hard-earned money to go watch Kyrie Irving play basketball.
This is what, year one in Brooklyn?
This is his second year in Brooklyn right now.
Right.
I mean, he didn't. I mean, he
didn't
played like
play.
30 games last year.
Right.
But still, like, bro, like, so to say that the fans don't deserve to know why he's not playing, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
because those people, don't get me wrong, I don't think that Kyrie needs to go and have a press conference and address fans. I don't think he has to stand at Central Park to talk to fans. He doesn't have to do that.
That'd be nice, and if you did, we'd rock with you more.
You know,
but
he doesn't have to do that. But I need more than just personal reasons, especially after especially if you're gonna miss a whole 2 weeks. I need to know why you missed 2 weeks.
At least
the Nets need to know why you missed 2 weeks.
Yeah, like I was watching. I don't know, like it was the Knuckleheads podcast, I believe, or Matt Barnes, All the Smoke. I'm not sure which one it was, but I think they were talking to Metal World Peace, and he had a situation. He spoke to the coach about the situation. Another situation on The Last Dance. Then when they had that, I know if y'all seen that show when they talked about Dennis Rodman going to Vegas for the weekend. The team knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, he told coach, like, yo, listen, I'm trying to be out. I'm telling you.
But the thing is, taking into consideration Rodman did a lot of dickhead shit.
Oh,
but the thing was when he went to Chicago, they knew that about him.
Right.
They knew that. And so if he would have went AWOL, they're like, damn. But this is who he is. But when he took the 2 days off, Phil Jackson gave him that.
Right.
He gave him that. He just went and turned up and did a bunch of other shit. Like when he showed up on freaking Monday Night Raw, I think it was. That nobody knew, but he played.
Yo, he did play.
He was there. He was there with the team. He just like what Dennis Rodman do with his spare time. Don't nobody care.
I'm trying to think of another example. If you could think of another example, bro.
The Derrick Rose situation.
Facts. That's one.
When he went AWOL on the Knicks, a lot of people bring it up. He went AWOL, but the team knew the next day why he went AWOL.
Exactly.
He went AWOL because of a family matter.
Right.
We knew what happened a day later. It's 2 weeks and we don't know what's going on with Kyrie.
It's about the team. Screw the fans, Kyrie. This specifically talking right now. This has nothing to do with fans. This is your team, bro.
But it should.
You causing distractions for your team. You know what I'm saying? Same way with similar to how James Harden was. That psychology behind it. That's what we're saying. It's starting to become.
You making too much money. You making too much money to be going AWOL.
Right.
You making too much money to be sitting there and saying, okay, I'm not gonna play for 2 weeks for personal reasons. Listen, a lot of stuff is going on in this world, and how you were talking about, like the spirituality and stuff like that. Listen, that's a big thing, but let it be known.
Right. You got.
Let it be known.
I know, bro, like some things, you know what I'm saying, not everybody's supposed to know. So that is especially when you tell other people.
And here's the thing, too. What Kyrie Irving is doing, sports is going to head to this. What Kyrie Irving is doing right now, sports is going to do this.
Of course.
You're going to see more players down the road start saying, I'm not going to play tonight because, I'm just
Paul George, bro.
Listen. DeMar DeRozan and Kevin Love, those are two big guys in this league that talk about depression. And those are two guys that faced it during their careers. Yeah. Those guys ain't take days off. Those guys didn't miss games because they were depressed. That's never happened.
I may be reaching here, right? But one guy, he didn't take the day off, but I think he should have because he tried to use it as like an excuse. It's pandemic Paul George, bro. That shit made you look bad, bro.
Paul, listen, there's some.
And I rock with you, my G.
There's people like DeMar DeRozan and Kevin Love are the pillars of this. They're the only two guys out here really trying to make a change about it in the NBA. Talk about players going through this kind of stuff. Those are the only two names you hear. They weren't missing games for this shit, although they should have. Although if they were saying it, like, listen, I'm just really going through. I'm not gonna play tonight. That's understandable. If Kyrie Irving's going through that, then say it because the league is heading there anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go. And the thing is, you went AWOL and didn't tell Steve Nash. Why does it take Steve Nash to have to clock in to know that you're not coming?
It took me a long time to understand that concept. I believe that my coaches were not for me. And then I'll tell you the craziest story, bro. I got suspended in middle school. I forgot what I did. And my coach, like, I wasn't supposed to play. he still let me play. And, like, from that day forward, it made me look at, like, you know what? Coaches, they're not necessarily, like, an agent or something like that, but they have more of an eye for one, and they're one of us. Steve Nash specifically, he's a point guard in this league. Like, he can probably identify what you deal with the most from the NBA professional standpoint. I get it. He's not black. Cool. But from a point guard in this league, a perennial point guard in this league, yeah, he that's somebody you can relate to, you know? So with that, I hear you on that, bro.
Like, it shouldn't take. Why don't your teammate, like, they saying in the reports, like, all his teammates know what's going on with him. Are you sure? Are you sure? They're not there with him.
Right.
And he's going through personal reasonings. He's at a party. Like, you know what's going on? Like, I totally understand if he's going through something tough in his life, go for it. Take the time off. But, bro, you got to be professional at a certain point, too.
Yeah.
And if you're going to miss time because you're depressed, or you're going to miss time because of what's going on in the world and it's affecting you the wrong way, you just say it. You wrote a personal statement saying, I'm not talking to the media, but you can't write a personal statement saying, I'm not going to play for 2 weeks because I'm going through something from within.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The hypocrisy in what he's doing is making him look bad, but it's, you know what I'm saying? It's not bad.
I totally respect his reasoning.
Right.
Because, you know, every.
Yeah, I need two. I'm taking it.
Because, you know, I just think about this situation and I just, you know, I smile because, you know, Lewis is like, I'm taking my PTO. Like, you know, he can't take his PTO. Motherfucker, he talk about paid time off. Bro, this guy has he had like 2 months of an off season, bro. Like, what PTO? You don't work every day. You have 2 months off every off season. Bro. What you mean you need PTO? If you need PTO, the one night is cool, bro. One game is cool, but you missed 2 weeks.
Yo, that's sweet, bro. Heavy.
Bro,
Ryan.
Really think about people who work 9 to 5s. People work 9 to 5s. A whole year. They work 9 to 5s. Right. They have a 2-week vacation and whatever PTO they accumulate. But their vacation time is 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So it's understandable. Kyrie has a 2-month off season.
Right. That's like, yo.
At least a 2-month off season. What do you need paid PTO for? For 2 weeks? How you have a 2-month off season and you want a 2 weeks vacation on top of that?
This is your first week, bro. Just
in the first week of the season. We not even a month into the year.
That's like
how you just started working, you calling out.
Right. Say your fam. I know this is my first day, but listen.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Kyrie? What do you mean you not coming to work for 2 weeks?
That got it, bro.
Louis, shout out to you, bro, because you're a funny man, bro. You're a funny man, because now you really got people on Twitter talking about, I'm going to use my PTO. I make $30 million out of PTO. Nigga, no, man. PTO nothing, bro.
First week, fam. He say, I'm putting up 40.
Yo, first 2 weeks of the season, I need a 2 weeks vacation. What are you talking about?
Yo, Kyrie, it's all love, bro.
You want to celebrate your sister's birthday? Not all these people working. Yeah,
you could have told them no pictures. Just no pictures, bro. Like,
all you have to do is just not take no pictures, no nothing. You would have got away with it.
You need a better security team. Yo, if you need a security team, holla at me.
He just need family members that's not going to blow his spot up. Damn.
You don't even need a security team. You just need, don't blow the spot up, please. Please.
Oh, man. But listen, all jokes aside, though, like if Kyrie's really going through something, I hope that, he figures it out. Because, like I said in the beginning, mental health is important. And that's important to any human being. It doesn't matter how much money you make. Yeah. But like I said, it comes a point in time you making a certain amount of money. You have a certain status, a certain title. You cannot move like the regular pedestrian. You can't. You cannot. You cannot. And it's unfortunately, although I feel for the guy, he handled it unprofessionally. Right. And, shame to Jackie McMullen for wording the situation how she did, because we're not property. We're human beings. Yes, we have a contract signed and we have to fulfill it. Right. And it's our duty to fulfill it. Right. But we're not property. You know what I'm saying? We're not property. We don't do this because we're obligated to. Although in the contract, it might say contracts might mean it's obligated, but we always have a choice, and we can do whatever we want to do. You know what I'm saying? If Brooklyn really want to make a statement, they'll cut him. But guess what? They're not gonna do. Right. They're not gonna cut him.
So sit your ass down, Brooklyn, and stop it.
Don't call them property, because the guy with the leverage is Kyrie Irving. Because who's in shambles? Brooklyn, not Kyrie Irving. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But
spoken like a true champ.
There's two sides to the story, and there's both sides are wrong. Both ways of viewing it have its flaws and its strengths or whatever. But that's what it is. Yo, Kyrie, get well. I want to see you out there soon, bro.
Kyrie, you already know, bro.
But that's the segment on that, though. We'll be right back.
All right. What's up, bro? Let me ask you this question, man. Do you like watermelons or mangoes? Or both?
I like mangoes.
Okay. Right. So to my people out there, watermelon is going to be Michael Jordan. Mangoes is going to be Bron.
So I just chose Bron, basically.
You did. That's okay. You like mangoes.
Fuck it.
You know what I'm saying? But think about it like this. To all the new people and everybody that's saying LeBron is the greatest or the GOAT and he's better than Jordan now, that could never be possible because who brings mangoes to a cookout? Think about it. You bring watermelon to a cookout, and that's my point, bro. Michael Jordan he's a household name to the point where I say Jordan in here, you know what I'm saying? Oh, word, that's how it's gonna be, no matter where you go. So let's give him his respect, no matter how long that's been. He's still on this planet, right? If he's still on this planet too, give him his roses. We gotta stop that shit. I'm gonna stop that shit, bro. We gotta stop comparing who's better. Fuck all that who's better shit, bro. Fuck it. It does not matter. Black man, we out here doing dope shit, bro. Come on, that shit gets me tight. Cause
you went there.
It gets me tight,
and
bro.
I agree. Can't hate on it. I'm gonna give it a band with you. I personally think Jordan is the greatest of all time. And no, it didn't take The Last Dance for me to say that. It didn't take that.
I didn't even watch that shit, bro.
it didn't take that for me to say that. I've always felt like Jordan is the best player of all time. And but LeBron has elevated himself to a point in his career where, listen, bro, if he wants to say he's just as good as Mike, there's nothing that says he's not.
Be my guest.
There's nothing that says he's not. Again, shout out to Lewis, because Lewis put it in perspective when I was talking to him one time. And he said, listen, I don't debate Michael Jordan and LeBron James anymore because both of them can get you to a finals and both of them can win you one. That's it. I don't need to discuss it anymore.
There's nothing else to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about. It's apples to oranges at this point.
That's it.
It's who you prefer. LeBron James and Jordan's careers are different. Right. One was known since he was 14. Right. One was in the media's eye since he was 14. The other one had to really grind for his shit. Right. He was cut in his high school. He was cut when he was in high school. He did all 4 years of college. LeBron never went to college.
Respect. That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? LeBron goes number 1 overall, and there was not much doubt about it. Jordan went 3rd.
You know what I say, bro? It just all these people saying all these things about LeBron's better than Jordan. You know what's funny? LeBron is supposed to be better than Jordan. You know why? Because this goes to everyone in the world right now. There was people on this planet before you that died for the things that you have right now that you're not even thinking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Jordan has gone through so much shit, went through mad marketing things or whatever with Nike too. Or, you know what I'm saying? So, he paved the way for LeBron to even have his own anything.
This going on what you saying too. Shout out to D Love, because I seen him say this on the book earlier today, and he said that Jordan's better than LeBron because of his gravitational pull for the league. What he did for the league, he globalized the league. He globalized the league. He made the league go from a national thing to a global thing.
Right.
You know, that's why he's the best. Like, his career is his career, but this shit does not become global without Michael Jordan. No. LeBron would not have fans in other countries if it wasn't for Michael Jordan.
And how can you ever be better than me? I get it. You take what I've opened up for you to another level. Of course, that's what you're supposed to do. But you can never necessarily say you're greater than the teacher, even though you surpassed the teacher. Because, hello, like, there's going to be someone else that's going to be learning from you. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
The teacher's always going to teach you to be smarter than them.
Right. Duh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. So, like, that's the way it's going to go. So stop that, y'all. Just let them live.
I reached a point with LeBron James that I give him his flowers as much as I can.
Of course.
When people say he's not a clutch guy,
you bugging.
LeBron's a clutch guy.
You bugging.
Now, is he Jordan clutch where he has the moments of taking last shots and final shots? And no, but in the last 5 minutes of a game, matter of fact, I'm putting it like this: if you're down 15. With 10 minutes left in the game, Game 7 of the finals, what dudes in NBA's history do you think can bring you back from said deficit and win you the game?
Of course, I'm picking Braun. I'm picking Kobe. I'm picking KD.
Mike's there too.
Oh, of course. That's a given. Yeah. That's a given. Because Mike, he's the one that, I look at him as the template for all of that. You know what I'm saying? Give me the fucking ball.
Those guys too, I think Bird can do it.
Bird, of course.
I think Bird can do it. But.
Oh, T-Mac, of course. Nah, facts. T-Mac, definitely. Just because he put up 13, 35 seconds, I think he can. I don't know why.
Please, I don't ever want to hear about T-Mac on this podcast, bro.
Yo, nigga didn't make it past second round, bro. That shit hurts my heart.
My boy was really glorified for 3 seasons. Bro. It is what it is, though.
Nice,
but there's not many dudes that can do it. But LeBron's one of those dudes, and I try to give him his flowers as much as I can, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, LeBron is gonna probably be at 40,000 points. He's gonna be at 10,000 rebounds. Probably.
Easily.
He's probably gonna be at 10,000 assists too.
Easily.
He is, at the height of his career, there's not many defenders better than him in NBA's history, let alone in this game today. So he's monumental, and there's no way about it. There's no way around it. Excuse me. And I agree. Listen, it's apples to oranges at this point. It's who you prefer. If I'm a guy that's building a franchise from scratch, there's pros and cons for both of them. There's if you pick LeBron over Jordan, there's pros and there's cons. Same way for Mike over LeBron.
So all my people out there, right? I think of it like this. My playing style when I play ball is more LeBron-like, but timeout. That don't mean I'm
So you about the OD.
Nah,
you're not Braun, my nigga.
I'm not Braun at all.
None.
But the philosophy. I'm going to show you guys just a little bit of it. So, y'all think Braun ain't a killer, you bugging.
He is a killer.
Think of it like this. I'm a bounty hunter. How do I get the rest of these mercenaries to want to do what I do? So, you play mental games with your team. If I'm able to challenge you guys, I know what you guys can do. You know what I'm saying? So that way, all right, in the games, cool. I know KD's in the corner. Just using names. I know KD's in the corner. He likes to wing, post ups, things of that nature. Cool. I know Trae Young's, he likes to come off, dribble the ball. Cool, right? So the philosophy is, why not play to their strengths? So that way the game is going to open up for me and I can score more easily. I make the right pass. And on top of that, my teammates love playing with me. Like, who would not want to? I'm going to go to war for you. Because you pass me the ball, you get me the ball in the spots I need it, and when it's time for you to take over, you do your thing.
You know, Braun, both of them are great leaders.
Right.
Both of them are great leaders. They lead in 2 different ways. But both are good. They both do things at I'm never gonna see this again. Rates.
Right. That's a legit.
At the end of the day, like push come to shove, everybody like remember when like the Mount Rushmore talk was a big thing, and me personally, when I think of Mount Rushmore, I think about how the mountain really is, and it's the most important guys,
right.
most important presidents.
Right.
That's just how I feel about it. Right. So when I think about the Mount Rushmore of basketball, Jordan and LeBron are both on it for me. So they're two very important guys. Like at the end of the day, I think LeBron has done enough where it shouldn't be shamed if you think he's better than Jordan. Do I think he's better than Mike? No. But
it says a lot about your mentality. When I ask people that question, like, yo, who's your favorite player? Just to see their mentality. It has nothing to do with, oh, he's not better than. I just want to see how you think.
Because like I said, when Bron's done, he's gonna have statistics that'll probably never be emulated ever again.
It's too beastie.
You're not, bro. He's literally going to have the career triple-double. He's gonna have probably 40,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists.
He got for a career points and assists
and listen, and to think of how beast he is. If you think how beast he is, LeBron's gonna get to 40,000 points, and he's not a scorer.
Right.
He's not a scorer.
And I don't get buckets.
Jordan is a scorer. He's a scorer. That's his bread and butter is scoring. Right. Kobe's bread and butter was scoring.
Yeah.
And LeBron he's passed them both.
And I don't even score like that.
And he doesn't score. What does LeBron? What skill LeBron has that you want to emulate? He doesn't have a post game. Do you want to shoot like Bron do? I don't.
Nah, you know what I want? Well, now don't nobody want nothing from Bron. But like 10 years ago, let me get the athleticism, boy.
That's something you can't teach. That's not a skill.
That's not a skill at all.
LeBron literally is Magic Johnson on steroids. A pass first dude on steroids.
And some say that Giannis, we said this earlier, he's not as dominant, and you guys are starting to see the chinks more in his armor at each and every season.
Whereas, like, exactly, like in the big thing, like when ever since Giannis was playing the Lakers and he did the crown thing, it's went downhill from there. Why? Because it's because like LeBron has deficiencies. He's always had flaws.
Yeah, it's okay.
But besides the Spurs, you can't kill him because of his flaws. And the only reason the Spurs killed him because of his flaws is because the roster was very poor and he dead ass couldn't shoot.
Nah, that was one of the worst Miami Heat. They had no.
That wasn't even them. That was his first Cleveland final.
Oh, you talking about Cleveland?
When he was 22. He was 22.
Got you.
Because at the time he got to Miami, he shot better.
Nigga Mo Williams, bro. That's my number 2.
He had a lackluster roster, and he had a glaring deficiency.
Zajunas is supposed to guard Tim Duncan?
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
But LeBron, ever since that point, don't get me wrong, he's not Steph, he's not Clay shooting, but he can knock down a three-point shot. His score's respectable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? LeBron, he never really played in the post as a third. LeBron, listen, when I tell you that LeBron is dead ass, just walked into 40,000 points when it's all said and done, he dead ass walks in.
Because he try shit. He be trying shit.
LeBron, and it goes to show how smart LeBron is. I honestly believe that LeBron James is the smartest basketball player to ever walk this earth.
Me and you both.
He is the smartest basketball player to ever lace up basketball shoes and play. There's nobody smarter than him.
That's why I feel him, bro.
Nobody smarter than him.
I feel him when Kyrie said what he said about KD. My nigga, I gave you a ring, fam.
The fuck? Kyrie did not lie.
He didn't.
He didn't lie.
But fam.
He didn't lie.
I gave you a ring, bro.
But leave LeBron alone. Leave him alone.
Leave my man.
Kyrie didn't lie, but leave him alone. You didn't have to say that.
That shit had me tight, bro.
You didn't have to say that.
I'm like, yo, come on, bro.
And I like to say, listen, like at the end of the day, I don't like when Kyries or the Kyries of the world talk like that. Because like LeBron had to.
Another thing. Hold on. This is from the Kyrie segment. I forgot to say this. So, Kyrie, bro, I'm not going to lie, bro. This is looking very hypocritical for this reason. You left Cleveland to say you wanted to be your own man. Fine. Cool. You leave Boston saying that, you were dealing with personal things and your grandfather, the passing of your grandfather, other things that you were talking about in a press conference. And you wanted to be, amongst your people.
He wanted to go home.
It's beautiful. You're home. What happened to this whole you wanted to run your own team? Because it don't seem like you're going to. You know what I'm saying? So
he's not even Robin. He's Alfred.
It looks even worse on you because you had your own little situation with Braun. And instead, you're going, and it looks like you're just running from star to star, and that is not the narrative. I know you're way greater than that, but that's the narrative that is going to start being painted, and it is being painted now. Now you got James Harden. So what makes you a Hall of Famer? What's going to make you, you know what I'm saying? You're not realizing that, and it's weird because it's like, wait, you just went to a whole nother big three, but you didn't want.
Listen, bro, the kids love him. Kyrie Irving, that clout that he has on him,
I respect
people
it.
love him. But anyway.
But don't sit here and tell me you want your own plate, but you asking for niggas to help you cook. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. And I thought you were supposed to be like Kobe with that mind frame. And I'm no disrespect, of course. I'm just stating the obvious, bro. Like, you want your own food, but then you asking for other niggas to cook with you. All right. Just, all right.
All right. It's different when those, going back to Bron, it's different when things like that. Like, LeBron, he's just a phenomenal basketball player, really smart, really intelligent, and understands. To me, in this world, if you don't understand, you're not going to really do anything with your life because you have to understand situations. LeBron's always understood.
Observe.
He's always understood. He's always understood and has always done what he needed to do to succeed. He's had his flaws. He's had his shortcomings. Everybody does.
Of course.
But Bron has excelled. Listen. What was LeBron's best year of his life in basketball?
And some would say, what was it, 2017, 2016? Which year was that?
When the comeback from 3-1 or the year after?
No, year after.
Okay.
Year after.
That level he was at. What other players can ever say that I was at that level too? That atmosphere
in the league,
he was at, ever. What players can say that atmosphere, that place that LeBron was at? Because at that point he's in the realm of gods.
Kobe.
I don't think so.
The reason I say that is because when Kobe put up 81, no one saw that shit coming. That year.
Did he win?
Nah.
How far did he get?
They didn't win that year. At all.
Listen, the only guy that could ever say that realm that LeBron was in, that even for that stretch, that one season.
I'm thinking, I can't. Let me see.
I think that Jordan might have a struggle to say that. Jordan might have a struggle to say, yo, well, LeBron was able to do that whole season? Exactly.
Son up this game, beastie.
Bron is a demon. Bron a demon. That's why I give him his flowers. Listen, I've never been a LeBron fan.
You bugging.
I don't know.
Nigga said Bron sexuals. You ever seen that? That shit is funny as hell.
Listen. I like LeBron James. But I'm not like a fan of his. Like I don't keep up with him. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
You have Bron sexuals.
Yo, that shit is funny as fuck.
That when you talk with them on like social media, it doesn't matter what you say. Bron's the greatest of all time. But like I said, I've never been like a LeBron fan, like if you will. But whenever LeBron, like when I talk about LeBron, listen, I give him his flowers. That guy is ridiculous.
Yeah,
he's freaking crazy. And I feel like if you a dude that says I don't like LeBron James, there's something wrong with you.
I met a bunch of people.
How do you not like LeBron?
But you know what it was? It has nothing to do with his game.
Nope. It's just the only reason why people don't like LeBron is because he went to Miami. He went to he got Anthony Davis on the Lakers.
He made a mistake.
He went back to Cleveland because Kyrie Irving was there.
He made a mistake.
He got the Kevin Love. That's the only reason why people hate him. because he was able to build those
smart,
teams.
I'm a smart man.
Exactly. And people were saying, like, oh, Jordan didn't have to do that. Different stages of their careers, different mentalities that the league had at the time.
Yeah,
it's not now we're in an era of life where everybody is buddy. Yeah, it's not what you know, is who you know.
Right.
Jordan didn't have to go through that. Jordan was in an era where all the motherfuckers wanted to bust your ass. Like, Larry Bird not gonna team up with you. I'm gonna bust your ass. I'm better than you.
Yeah,
like Magic, I'm better than you, bro.
Right.
Like, nah, it's none of that. Like, you want to team up with me? You want it the easy way? Yeah. Nah, bro. I want to grind for mine.
That shit weird.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's a little bit different. It's not how you do it. It's who you do it with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Build a team.
Now it's a little bit less competitive, yes, for sure. But at the end of the day, you got to do
a little bit.
Yes, it's at the end of the day, at the end of the day, like, if you really think about it, in this league today, people say, "Oh, I don't like the league." It's more offensive, but it's still competitive. It's just that you're not gonna see the 90 to 80 games.
I've been seeing some bad basketball the past few weeks. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I forgot what team I was watching. I was sitting there like, yo, I can't. Like, what team was it? I can't remember. But I was sitting there like, there's certain games, you be like, yo, fam, so, like, what's going on, bro? What's really going on? You know what I'm saying? But you're right, though. It is competitive at the same time. It's just certain games.
It's just a different style of competitiveness.
Very true.
You know, and then with that said, I feel like if you're the type of person that likes LeBron James, like LeBron James.
You're a bronze-sexual, be a bronze-sexual.
If you're a bronze-sexual, do not debate with me. Do not talk to me. I'm not vibing with it because I don't got time for that.
He said PTO, bronze-sexual. What's going on, bro?
If you an old head, I don't want to talk to you because it's like you guys are like, you know, it's
stuck in the way.
Being biased is not cool. You know, I don't want to be a biased dude. I have my personal opinion, and I think Jordan's the greatest of all time. But anybody that says, I think Bron's the greatest, I'm going to tip my cap to them, bro, because he has a reason to say that.
Yeah.
You know? He has a reason to say that.
That whole, before we get out of here, that whole Kendrick Perkins comment, like, that beating two super teams, I get it, it's greater than 6-0, but no, it's not.
That is beastie, though.
It's not. Because
think, like, you know, to beat, well,
what you want to say, cuz?
You know, if you like LeBron resume crazy. Like, LeBron can say, yo, I beat the 73-9 Warriors and I beat KD, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving.
What would you rather say? I never lost. I could just say, you gotta name niggas. I could just be like, yo, I never lost in the finals. That's boom.
Beast.
That means anybody that came up against me never beat me, never touched me.
But as the bronze-sexuals would say,
that shit is hilarious.
Would you rather lose in the first round like Jordan did, or would you rather lose in the finals?
Yo, I had to walk off for y'all, bro. Cause they dead ass be saying, I'll be like, yo, shut up.
Really think about that. We'll be back with our closing message.
Yo, word.
Well, episode 3.
Dope.
I feel like this was our best one yet.
Getting stronger.
Yeah, I feel like you know, you could sometimes you could feel the improvement.
That's cool.
But we obviously, you know, we would love for y'all to say, like, you guys are improving. Like, we want to hear it from y'all. Like, it's one thing to feel it. It's another thing for other people to feel it for you. But, you know, with the closing messages, I want to say more like what I said in the beginning. Like, guys, if you guys really like what we doing, you know, like, subscribe. We really want y'all in the comments, too. Like, if y'all sitting there watching and you guys have opinions, you know, I've had, you know, friends tell me, like, you know, the podcast's name is Debatable. I don't really see you guys debating too much. But it's like,
ooh,
you know, and I always feel like, you know, we'll get to those points. I always felt like the organic debates will always be better than trying to force it.
Oh, we're getting there.
You know, and we'll get to those points, obviously. But we mainly want you guys to listen to us talk and want to debate with us in the comments.
Yeah,
you know, want to, you know, or debate amongst your friends when you're watching with your friends. Like, we want you guys, like, you know, we want y'all to listen to what we saying and then kick back like, man, what they saying is debatable, bro. I don't know about all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we want y'all to just, like, you know, when we talking about stuff like this, sports is all opinionated. All this stuff is opinionated.
All of it.
So, you know, we could easily get into something, you know. We just want you guys to know that we appreciate
Every second.
We appreciate like all of you guys that take the time to watch, all of you guys that take the time to comment. Like we really that's why I really feel like, you know, if you guys want to drop a comment, give off a topic that y'all want us to talk about in the future.
Of course.
All of that is welcome. Listen, even get in the comments and talk and give us feedback. Oh, I don't really like how y'all did this, or y'all could have did this, or I really like this or that. You could do that too, bro.
I know my son light skinned, but he not really light skinned. My son tough, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about none of that. We really want to hear, because we do this for y'all, and we understand how valuable you guys are as viewers, and we only want to make sure we giving y'all the best products. Because we have goals for this. Yeah. We have dreams for this, but those dreams and goals won't be achieved without you guys. Amen. So, you know, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, share it to a friend. You know, if you sitting there with nothing to do and y'all chilling with your friends, drinking, smoking, whatever y'all want to do, however way y'all kick it, throw on the Debatable Podcast and talk amongst your friends. You know, do all that good stuff, bro. Please. And, you know, like I said, we had our infancy stage with this. We had an infancy stage with this, and we got to grow. You know what I'm saying? We gotta grow, and we won't. But we understand we won't grow without you guys. Right. You guys are very important to us. So, you know, you got anything that you want to mention?
Well, my bro B pretty much touched it all. I mean, I give y'all a little bit of love. I always gotta do that because that's how I move. I only move with love. So, anybody that's checking this out, give yourself the love that you need, so that way you can help other people in those moments where you sense. Or you can see that they're not really loving themselves as much. You can point those out a lot better when you start to love yourself a little more, and you're able to really help those that need the help. That's all I got, y'all.
Well, that's episode 3. We'll be back in a couple weeks with episode 4. You know how we rocking. And you know, and listen, I hope you guys are enjoying y'all weekend and enjoying the rest of y'all weekend.
It was a pleasure.
We'll be back.
A pleasure.
Peace.
You already know.